I have come off of my high horse of yelling at the College Football Playoff Committee, and I've decided to help them out.
Oh, nice.
Oh.
So I'm going to give them my top 4 before they go into meet to release their top 4. And if they would like to use any of my stuff, I can be the 14th or the 13th member in the committee today.
That'll be a huge help for them.
I'm nice. I'm a nice guy. College analyst. That's what I am.
People.
People helping people here. You already got 12 to 30. Nobody ever gives us a straight answer, by the way. We talked to Kirk Herbstreit today on the podcast, Pat McAfee Show 2.0. Riveting conversation about his whole life. And then I asked about the college football stuff that I don't fully understand, mostly the playoff committee. He said, well, it's like 12 to 13 people who used to be ADs and athletic presidents of schools and players and coaches. And they get in, I'm like, 12 to 13. So nobody really knows what the exact, if the voice of college football, Kirk Herbstreit, doesn't know exactly, I'm assuming nobody knows. But I would like to help you 12 or 13 because I know you listened to my rant last week about, hey, you got to make better decisions in there. Let me help you out with that. Number 4, in my college football rankings for the playoff committee to use if they would like. The NFL already took a lot of my ideas in instituting a college football playoff committee. You can use these ideas if you'd like. Number 4, Georgia. I'm saying that strictly because I don't know much about them, but boy, what a win last weekend. And they were already in at number 4 anyways. Let's assume that they've done more research than I have on the Georgia team and that it's a damn good team. And Jake Fromm, State Farm, is a player. A couple years ago, wins a natty almost as a freshman, comes back now. He's playing well. I got Georgia at 4. Go Bulldogs. By the way, Alabama's Tua getting hurt. They got a kid now who got arrested for a DUI a little bit over a year ago, cried in his mugshot. Let's see how that works out.
Can't win with that.
He's a kid. I potentially cried at 18 too if I'm an Alabama football player. I think my entire life has come crashing down. Maybe I'm crying into, a pillow at night. Mugshot's tough though. Everybody's going to see that. He learned from it. He's growing from it. And maybe that particular situation will actually make him a more mentally tough player on the field, filling in for a once-in-a-generation talent like Tua Tagovailoa.
Well said.
That's the elephant. Roll Tide.
Yep.
Number 3, I have the reigning, defending, undisputed national champion from last year, the Clemson Tigers. That was a tiger sound by Tone Diggs, which I appreciate and respect. But the sound that you hear a lot of whenever the Clemson Tigers play is celebration. And that celebration is coming from fans that wear the purple, orange, and white. That team is starting to click. Trevor Lawrence maybe digressed a little bit during the offseason. Maybe it was hard for him to continue to build in what was already being titled the best NFL prospect in years quarterback title that he had after his freshman season, where he wins a national championship. But now he's back in it. They're taking care of him. The defense flies around. They got 5-star recruits everywhere. I like the Clemson Tigers. Number 3, everybody knows they're going to be in there too because the ACC is Clemson Tigerville through and through.
It stinks.
I've talked to other ACC coaches that have said, aside from Clemson, this league has a lot of parity. Any team can beat any team. Then you ask another ACC coach, like, how do you feel about the state of the ACC? They go, aside from Clemson, it has a lot of parity. So everybody, even in the ACC, knows that team is just right now an unstoppable force. Dabo Swinney somehow recruiting the hell out of these players and turning them into superstars. Trevor Lawrence, who looks like that girl from TikTok a little bit, but he also looks like what's potentially going to be a first ballot Hall of Famer in the NFL. He can sling it, he's athletic, and he is large. That is something you don't find a lot of. Normally, if you're that big and can throw well, if you're very smart, you can be a great NFL quarterback. He can do that. Normally, if you're that big, you can't run that well. He can do that. He checks all the boxes. He's going to be great. Unless he, completely starts hating football all of a sudden and bounces out.
They met this weekend. It was a nice moment. Him and his lookalike.
That is a nice moment. By the way, Trevor Lawrence, dreamy-looking dude.
Oh, yeah. He's Hollywood.
The flowing locks, the incredible ability. That's why I thought it might have been difficult for him to stay focused in the offseason of college away from his parents after just winning the national championship and being the guy.
Yeah.
I thought, hey, that attractive. If he has any bit of a lack of discipline, this could be a great spring for him.
He's tired all the time.
Off the field,
Yeah.
it could have been a great spring.
Swimming in it.
Oh,
Whoa, he's a long-time girlfriend, Todd. I mean, he's pretty faithful.
now
guy.
we're talking about good
That's
times.
discipline.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
talking about swimming
Yeah.
in good times.
Oh, yeah. Obviously.
These are college kids.
Come on.
Student athletes.
Human.
Human student.
Student human. Number 2, I have. This one's going to shock some people. This one might put the college football playoff committee into a whirlwind. Number 2, LSU, go Tigers.
Whoa.
Yeah. I have LSU at number 2 strictly because I do believe Joe Burrow is the Heisman winner. I do believe that offense has become something that's must-see TV. I do believe that Coach O has transformed the LSU Tigers back into the swag Tigers that they were once before. The celebration on Alabama's field, the talking to the recruits that were there to come to LSU, the conversation that was broadcasted in the locker room afterwards. Coach O has the entire state and that entire locker room believing what they should believe, that they're better than every other team. I like LSU. I think they're the number 2 team in the country, though. They gave up 614 yards to Rich Rodriguez at Ole Miss. 614 yards in one game they gave up. That is a lot of yards. And you look at that stat line alone, that can be a bit alarming, especially whenever you get into a playoff where, yes, I understand the SEC is a tough place to play, and I understand that that's where the games best live and die. But when you get into the playoff, if you run into a buzzsaw offense and you've already given up 614 yards in one game before, so people have already seen what your holes are in a lot of different fashions, Joe Burrow is going to have to keep up. I'm not 100% sure he will. That's why I have them at 2. And number 1, this weekend's host of College Game Day, Columbus, Ohio, Ohio State Buckeyes. OH.
Ohio.
They lose Urban Meyer. Ryan Day comes in as a first-year head coach. They haven't missed a beat. They've even gotten better somehow. Every week he has them ready. They dominate. They were number 1 in the initial polls. Then they win by 60. They drop to number 2 somehow. They lose Chase Young for a couple games. He's back. That didn't slow them down at all. This team has the best player on the offensive side of the ball, Justin Fields, they say, and they have the best player on the defensive side of the ball, Chase Young. I'm not sure they'd give up 614 yards to a team, but they might put up 614 yards on every team they play. I like the Ohio State Buckeyes. I can't wait to get to Columbus this weekend with College Game Day, and I can't wait to feel that atmosphere in the horseshoe over there for Ryan Day and the Buckeyes. There's my top 4 college football playoff committee. You're welcome.
Hey.